Okay, today's a fun one. I got a rental car and I'm driving all over Toms River, New Jersey to do a little vlog about this house. There was a film that scared the living crap out of me when I was a little kid, and it was called the Amityville Horror. Well, that movie was filmed in that house right there. But before I really focus on this house, I'm going to drive around Toms River and grab some sights and come back and see this here in a couple hours at sunset. I think it'd be beautiful. But let's go find our way around Toms River, New Jersey. It's the town hall of Toms River, New Jersey. There's a scene where George Lutz, played by James Brolin, comes running out of the front door there with the architectural plans of the house, and he comes to where his motorcycle was parked, which was about right here, and strapped his plans on the bike and took off. But it was right here. It's Toms River Town Hall, actually not Amityville, New York, but it's a nice building right at sunset, just like the scene in the movie. Luckily I planned that just about right. You can see the sun going down right over there in the movie. Beautiful building. This is Point Pleasant Beach, St.Peters Church. And it is absolutely beautiful building. I've seen pictures and others videos from this church, and it looks completely unchanged from 1979 when Amityville was filmed inside there. I was hoping to gain admittance, but apparently they've done their last service for the day and it's locked up tight. But it's a beautiful building from the outside. I would definitely like to come back one day and see the inside of this beautiful place. And right over here was Father Delaney's house. Was this building right here. And also that park across the street. There's a scene where they're sitting on a bench and you see the children playing in this playground that's still here. Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. The Sunken garden at Georgian Court. It's absolutely beautiful. This is seen in Amityville Horror, where the priest comes down there to sit with Father Delaney, who sits on that bench right there. The pond is beautiful. It's a little messy right now, but it is beautiful here. And that waterway does actually open up and lead out into the out into the bay. I want to come and sit right here, enjoy the view that Father Delaney would have had if he wasn't blind. Do you recognize that house? The Amityville Horror, 1979. That was the house in the movie. This is not in Amityville, New York. This is actually in Toms River, New Jersey. And I should probably point out, because this always gets complicated online, this is not the house in Amityville that the murders took place in. This is where the movie was filmed, 1979. The house actually used to sit differently, and they've moved it. I believe the house sat more at an angle like that when they filmed the movies, and then sometime later I think this house was built, and I think they gave up some property and they had the house turned at a 90-degree angle back this way. But the garage was there during the filming of the film, and it's still there today. The house is really beautiful. It was actually not the rounded roof with the windows that look like eyes. That actually was a facade that was put on for filming. And production actually came back here and filmed Amityville 2, which was actually a prequel that explained the murderous events of the first film. They came back and filmed here in 1982, that sequel, and Amityville 3 a year later in 1983. And then that was the final Amityville production that made here. There's not been any filming here since then. But many of the houses, like right here across the street, they can all be matched up and can make out the scenes. But man, it's a beautiful house. I'm digging it. Very cool. Here's a side view of the house. The infamous windows, as you can see, are not how they once were for the film. But this is Dock Street and Brooks Road. And I'm kind of thinking when the house was turned that maybe the house had a driveway that connected to this road, and then this house, of course, right here was built later on, as you can tell. But that's kind of what I'm thinking my theory might be on that. Or it's possible the house sat sideways to the road, kind of like the real Amityville house does. It sits sideways to the road. So it's all possible.